The story of the four Fuchs. In 1953, just after World War II, a small family of four, a mother Anna, a father William, a daughter Angelica, and a son Gus, were forced to leave their home because there were no more jobs and no income. They had heard wonderful things about Australia and decided they would move there so they can be rewarded by the amazing opportunities the country has to offer. There was a passenger ship named Castell of the Day going to Australia, leaving from Bremerhaven in a few weeks. So they decided to catch a train from Nuremberg, where they were currently living, to Bremerhaven. On arrival at Bremerhaven, they underwent many health and physical checks to make sure they were healthy enough for the 1 to 2 month boat trip to Sydney, Australia. They passed all of their health examinations and bought their ticket for the trip. The boat went from Bremerhaven, Germany to Cape Town, and then around to Fremantle, and then Melbourne and Sydney. On the boat they met many families. Most of the 1,143 families were German, save for the few Italians. It was the first time the kids had ever seen the ocean, and they marvelled at the beauty of it for most of the time, usually while walking around the top deck with Anna, their mother. Because of work, William was already quite good at speaking English, but Anna didn't know a single word. So on the ship, when Anna wasn't with the kids, she tried to take as many English classes as she could, although it wasn't many. Some friends they made on the ship informed the Fuchs of better job and living opportunities in Fremantle, Perth, so they decided to get off in Fremantle rather than their original destination, Sydney. The Fuchs were looking forward to arriving and being in the nice warm weather and on the hot sunny beaches where they could relax and be carefree. Although, upon arrival in Fremantle, it was dark, freezing cold, and as soon as they got off the boat, William was taken away from them, and Anna and the kids were left alone. Soon, 2 young men in army uniforms gestured for them to follow them to a small car. They drove for what felt like hours. After an hour of driving, suddenly big bright lights were everywhere surrounding these little huts. Anna thinks they're being taken to the gypsies. The men driving the car stopped at one of the huts covered in bright lights with the word hamburger written on the front. Anna now believes they will be seeing people from Hamburg and that they'll now be safe. Soon, the men come back out of the little hut with sausages and bread and Coca-Cola for Anna and the kids. After driving what felt like another lifetime, they arrived in a small camp in northern Western Australia. Anna and the small children were given facilities to shower in and a small room with 2 beds and 2 scratchy old blankets. They were the only ones at the camp, and Anna felt lost, scared, and confused about what was going on. It was so cold, all 3 of them got into one bed with both blankets trying to stay warm. At 4 a.m. that morning, William came into their room and explained to the Australian that the Australians needed help translating some documents, and he was the only one fit for the job. Not long after that, the rest of the people from the ship started arriving at the camp, and Anna now felt safe and secure. The Fuchs were the first German migrants in Northern, and there was an article written about them in the local newspaper. Not long after this, the Fuchs found a new home and new jobs and were able to settle into their new life here in Australia.